We welcome you to Phillies Postgame Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance, along with Ricky Batalico and Ben Davis. I'm Michael Barkan. I don't care what happens at Citi Field coming up in a week plus. The Phillies could sweep them out. Did I say Citi Field? Citizens Bank Park. Doesn't make a difference. If the Phillies play the Mets in the postseason and they have to play them at Citi Field in Queens, they're going to have a potential problem. They're going to have a major problem. Not only they lose 6-0 tonight, but Ricky and Ben, they lose 6-0 in the season series. They could not manage one win. Phillies have a 6-24 record in their last 30 games at Citi Field, including the postseason. Phils have lost 10 straight at Citi Field, and it's the Mets' longest home win streak against the Phillies since the 84 and 85 season. What's more, the Phils went into Queens 7 games up on the Mets. That lead is shrunk to 4. And if they are tied at the end of 162, the Mets are the division champs by virtue of taking this season series, which they did tonight.
That's very much understood. But tonight they did run into a buzzsaw. I mean, this pitcher was really good. And I think he's going to be one of those good ones for a while. He has an awful lot of movement. He's got a really nice sinker, very late movement. The sweeper's a really good pitch. And, I mean, I can't get over the changeup that he threw Max Kepler in this game. And Kepler looked a little bit surprised by it, too. And I will say this. I'm not a big fan when the manager says, well, we ran into a really good pitcher. I hate to say this. That dude's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to pull any punches. The Phillies did nothing in this game. I mean, there was no momentum for them to win in this game. There was no anything, to be quite honest with you. It was a flat effort by the Phillies, and they deserved to lose the game.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I've said all season long, how about our guys hit against their top pitchers, because their guys, and by that I mean any opposition, hits against the Phillies' top pitchers, and it puts the pressure on the Phillies lineup, and they don't do well when that's the case, Ben.
Yeah, because the Mets definitely did that. Obviously, they got their good guys going. The first couple nights, you're number one now in Christopher Sanchez, and then Luzardo last night, they were able to get to him. So the Mets took care of business. They held serve on their end with regards to starting pitchers, but the Phillies offense did not hold serve, obviously, whatsoever. And this is a thing that needs to change. If they want to get to the promised land, they have to start hitting. They have to start beating teams numbers 1 and 2 and even the 3 pitchers. So this is something that's been a problem. Hopefully they can remedy it, because it's not going well. They just got played. The Mets played better in every aspect of the game. I mean, they did. They hit the ball out of the ballpark more. They played better defense. They ran the bases better. They got timely hitting, runners in scoring position. They were 5 for 8 tonight, 4 for their first 4 tonight with runners in scoring position. Phillies last night, 2 for 10, 1 for 9 the night before. Phillies 0 for 3 tonight.
Yeah.
So these are numbers that are starting to compile up.
You're absolutely right. They didn't deserve to win anything in this series, to be completely honest with you. They went up there. They did not play good fundamental baseball. They didn't pitch well. They didn't hit well. They certainly didn't hit well with runners in scoring position. So I don't know what you expect. Well, what you should expect is them to lose games. And by the way, we had this thing where we were talking about that series against the Mariners and how good the offense was. You know what?
Poof.
You know what just happened?
What just happened?
It got reversed on them. Phillies gave up 38 hits in this series. 12, 12, and 14.
So I'll grant you this series against the Mets at Citi Field.
42.
How about the series before? How about the series before that? How about the series before that? How about all those games that they lost at Citi Field, and now it's in their head, it's been in their head, and if they go up there in the playoffs, it has the potential to be a major problem, because you know that's all we're going to be talking about. That's what the media does. That's what the opposition does. You're not going to be able to get away from it. Hopefully, it won't be an issue, but it does have the potential.
Was it the matchup or was it the stadium?
I think it was the fact that the Phillies have grown to know that they can't beat the Mets there.
So they're in their heads.
Yeah, I think they're in their heads. Let's take a look at the one guy tonight who caused the Phillies problem. You can't deny that. Nolan McLean, our eye on the mound, presented by PGW.
Reminds me a little bit of Greg Maddux, like movement-wise, but that is a tough pitch to hit for a lefty.
He is in some high company. You're right, it is a tough pitch to hit, but this is some esteemed company that he is in, that he's the only Met. Like you mentioned the names. I mean, these are big-time names.
Yeah.
Big-time names.
Kuzman, Gooden, Ron Darling,
Nolan
Ryan, 69.
Doc Gooden. I mean, this is something. But to your point, though, Ricky, it was a pitch that really got me. I remember Tim Hudson used to do it to me all the time when he was with the A's. If I'm going to go punch somebody, right? If I go to punch, you're going to move, right? You're not going to sit there and take it. So if I have a ball that's starting at my hip, I think it's going to hit me. I'm going to move. It's your basic instinct to do that. I don't want to get hurt by a ball, so I'm going to move a little bit. All of a sudden, he's running it back over the inside part of the plate. You're like, what the heck was that? But this guy was wonderful tonight. And he threw 10% changeups. I think you're going to see that number go up because that pitch is filthy to go along with that sweeper.
You know what you're going to see a lot of? You know those breakdown things you see on the internet where they show the ball coming out and it goes in all different directions. I think you're going to start seeing that a lot with this guy because the one thing that I saw is that he had pitches that were going down and into the righties. He had the changeup that could fade away from the left-handed hitters. Then he had that pitch that was coming in on the left-handers and it looks like it's going at him. Now that's fading out over the inside corner. I mean, he's a guy that has a lot of movement. It's a lot of late movement, and he's tough. Yeah. He's going to be nasty.
Go ahead.
I was surprised he only had 12 swings and misses. I was because
pitches to contact.
Yeah, he went into the 7th inning with 57 pitches. 57.
Yeah.
And the fact that what he did, I didn't think he really needed to pitch the 7th or 8th inning. But they sent him out here anyway because his pitch count was so low. But that's a lot of up and downs for him. Maybe they want to see how he handles it because you know what? I can guarantee you right now, if the Mets get to the playoffs, that dude is pitching.
Yeah, ended up with 95 pitches. And by the way, you know what his earned run average is? Came in at 1.45. I'm not looking at the paper either. Came in at 1.45. It's below 1. 0.89 for this kid.
Well,
Unbelievable.
It's well deserved. I mean, he's gone out there. He's pitched 20 in the 3rd innings. He's only given up 10 hits.
Yeah.
To be able to locate your pitches. And, you know, at some point in that inning, you know, with Taijuan Walker was not getting the ball to the corners of the plate.
Yeah. 13-3, 6-5 last night, 6-0 tonight as the Mets take this series and the season series 6-0 from the Phillies. Here's Rob Thomson on tonight's game.
Pretty good tonight.
Yeah, as advertised. It's a good sinker, good four-seam fastball, and he can spin it. So.
What does a series like this do to your team's confidence?
We've got an experienced group. I don't think it does much. I mean, we know that we need to play better. You know, it's one of those series. We just got to flush it, move on.
Do you think you might have awakened this team over there and turned this into?
I don't know. You can ask them.
At times like this, when coming off this, is it helpful sometimes to look at it from 30,000 feet? I mean, you're still 4 games up. You have a 4-game division lead. You know, you're in pretty good shape as far as that goes. It's sometimes helpful to take a view of the whole big picture.
Absolutely. It's one series. And I know it's against the Mets, but, you know, and admittedly so, we need to play better, but, you know, we will. We got a good club, and that's not going to change.
What did you think of, obviously McLean was great, but what did you think of the at-bats today? Did you think that there was a little bit of pressing or trying to do too much, trying to make something happen?
I don't think it's pressing as much as it is not seeing him before. And, you know, there are times I think that guys try to do too much, but I don't. I kind of chalk it up to just not seeing him. We had a chance in the 8th inning, hit a couple of fly balls, they just weren't deep enough, you know, so it's the way it goes.
Just think of Taijuan.
I thought he was good. Seemed like he had a lot of run to his fastball. 93, maybe 94. Cutter was good. Threw strikes for the most part. You know, we just got to stay away from the big inning. That's all, and that's what happened in the entire series.
What do you sense is the mood of at least maybe some of the leaders on your team? Like, what have you sort of seen or heard maybe from these guys over the last 3 days?
I think disappointment, you know, but again, they're experienced players. I don't think they get too high or get too low. They just keep moving on, and that's what you got to do in this situation.
But saying that, like, okay, move on. But what in this series didn't you like about the way your team played?
Well, the first game I didn't think we played well, but the last 2 I thought we battled, And, coming back last night, Bader hits a big home run. Again, we gave up a lot of runs in one inning, but we battled back, and the kid today was good. So, but the first game I thought we could have played better.
That's almost what it looked like. Pitches don't move like that. Not without something.
That was Greg Maddux.
That was nasty.
Yeah, and you can't touch that regardless, even if you know it's coming, can you?
You take it, it's a ball, but you're seeing that. You got to understand that, and I'm sure Ben will say this. That ball looks like it's coming down the middle of the plate. So you have to make a decision. By the time that ball starts moving, you're already in your swing.
Yeah. Speaking of swings, a lot of them coming from Kyle Schwarber without any contact. He's 0 for his last 19, unfortunately. Excuse me, make that now 20. Here's Kyle Schwarber postgame in the clubhouse.
I mean, I feel like he had good stuff. First time seeing the guy, and moves the ball around really good, and he was filling up the zone. I felt like he made some pitches when he needed to make some pitches, and made some really tough pitches, and then there were some struck balls that just didn't find holes or anything like that. It is what it is, right? But I felt like he did a really good job of attacking the zone and making us put the ball in play and beating him.
I know you got to tip your hat. They played well in this series, but do you almost feel like maybe you guys let them back in this race here?
I don't think that we're focused on that. I think we're focused on ourselves. This is about us in the clubhouse. Us as a team, we got to get back. We got another important series ahead of us. So, if we go, we got to go out and take care of business. And moving forward, we still have another series against these guys, but we're not looking to that. We're looking to the series ahead. Things happen.
The narrative outside the clubhouse is this is trouble. This will shake the team's confidence. It's a sign of maybe trouble to come. What's the sort of feeling inside the clubhouse?
I would say, first off, I think that there's disappointment, right? Who likes to lose? No one likes to lose, but there's nothing that can really faze us. I think that we've been swept before this year. We bounced back, so we got to do the same thing. And I'm not worried about it. I know everyone's going to have the right mindsets going into the next series, and we go from there. It is what it is. They beat us. Tip your cap. They beat us, but we go on to the next series and focus on that and see where we're at after. Yep.
So here's the deal. Phillies are 42-22 at home, and they've got 17 of their next 29 at home.
Well,
to
as long
end
as
the
they don't throw a
regular
good
season.
pitcher against them.
Well,
because there's an excuse if it's a good pitcher, they can't hit them.
But even if there is a good pitcher,
I'm just saying.
they're home. They are below 500 on the road now.
It was kind of
Ricky Bo.
registering to me, and it seems like every time there's a good pitcher, we hear that same excuse. Well, he threw the ball really well. The Phillies are going to have to beat these teams when it comes to playoff time.
You're right. I'm interested to see what will happen should they face Nolan McLean at Citizens Bank Park. Remember, they played them once there this year. They won 2 out of 3, the Phillies, so that's all well and good. I don't know. They've already lost the season series, even if they sweep those 4.
I think those games
Mets
are going to be more. You know what? Quite frankly, if the Phillies lose this division, they don't belong. They don't deserve to go to the playoffs. Right now, do you believe it?
Yes.
I mean, look at it. They had a 7-game lead. Don't blow it.
Mm-hmm. Had a 7-game least, could have been 10, could have at least
still got a 4-game lead.
At least been 6.
Wait a minute, they still have a 4-game lead. So basically, I'm trying to tell you that I don't think they're going to blow this thing.
I don't think they are either. Even though the Mets had a 7-game lead with 17
but I don't
to
want,
play in 2007, and the Phillies won the division.
I still don't want to hear that they're playing. They're facing good pitchers, because guess what? There's a lot of good pitchers out there.
Yeah, and by the way, they got Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, JT Realmuto,
A lot of good hitters,
Nick
right?
Castellanos. Yeah, they do. Yeah. Right? Okay, here's Taijuan Walker on what befell him tonight.
What did you just think? It seemed like, that one inning kind of got you, a couple hits in a row. What did you think overall?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I made some good pitches. They had a really good approach today. I feel like when I got to 2 strikes, they kind of just battled me, got into deep counts, and put the ball in play, and they found holes. just one of those series for us, and you know, we had some balls hard, and you know, they were just in the right spot, and for us, it just didn't go our way. So.
Can you feel something coming on? You give up a hit or two or whatever. Just the momentum that they've had in this series. Do you kind of feel it coming?
No, I mean, I felt pretty good about it. You know, I had that bunt, you know, kind of just skipped past me, you know, perfectly placed, ground ball to third that just took off, you know. But, you know, I make that bunt play and, you know, get the ball. It could be a different story, but like I said, it's just one of those games where it just kind of wasn't going our way.
How do you guys prevent doubt from kind of creeping in? You go from a 7-game lead to a 4-game lead like that in 3 days?
No, I don't think there's any doubt at all. I mean, we know that we're a good team. You know, we proved it all year. You know, it's just baseball. It's a long season. We're gonna have bad series, and just trying to minimize them and then flush it and move on, and you know, get the game tomorrow.
Obviously, you're focused on your pitching.
Yeah.
What stood out when you were watching McLean?
Oh, he's good. I mean, he's got good stuff. 6 pitches. I think. You know, I feel like you have some young guys. A lot of times just have 1 or 2 pitches, maybe 3, but he has good 6-pitch mix, and I think that's going to be key for him moving forward.
Can you put your finger on anything why they've been so successful against you guys here? Basically, is it just baseball, or is there anything you can put your finger on?
I mean, it just seems like it's baseball. You know, obviously, we got to figure out a way to win here, especially if we come back in the playoffs. We just got to figure out a win and. But I mean, right now, the only way I can put it is it's baseball. You know?
That would have been real nice to get a finger caught on that ball. I mean, that would be more trouble for the Phillies starting rotation. Vientos is crushing them. I mean, you got to throw the ball inside once in a while. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
If you noticed on that pitch, he was diving away.
I love what you both have said about you don't want to hear anything about running into a good pitcher, even though
I'm kind of tired of the answer.
I agree, but look at the box score here, and who should have performed better against Nolan McLean tonight than what they did? Turner
I'm not
1
saying
for 4.
that. No.
I know, I hear you.
What I'm saying is Trey Turner is an unbelievable player. Kyle Schwarber hits home runs like they're going out of style. Bryce Harper is the MVP. JT's the best catcher in BCIB, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, so why did they go, you know, you look at it, 2 for 12.
Figure it out.
Those are the guys. I said that before the game. The one thing I needed to see was the big fellas show up tonight, and it just didn't happen.
Yep. Shutout. You saw that for the 12th time this season. Let's go to the clubhouse of the Mets right now, and we'll listen to Nolan McLean on his 3rd straight win to start his major league career.
With a lot of confidence about what you could do, but this is a big jump. How much has this success maybe even surprised yourself?
I mean, I've always been a believer in my stuff. I'm a confident guy. Obviously, the hitters here are the best in the world, and I know that. But I also know, I have good stuff, and if I go out there and execute, I can get a lot of guys out as well.
Nolan, you're the first Mets rookie to win his first 3 starts. This team's had some pretty good pitchers over the years. What do you think when you hear that stat?
I mean, it's just it's an honor, honestly, and a testament to our hitters as well. Just giving me a lot of comfort when I go out there with the 5-run, 6-run leads every time. It's been nice.
You had a conversation with Jeremy Hefner in the 8th after you gave up those 2 singles. What did he say, and what adjustments were you able to make after that?
Yeah, I mean, I made some good pitches. They were able to put the bat to it anyways. I wasn't necessarily a lack of execution, just sometimes good offense beats good pitching. But yeah, he was just kind of giving me a breather and then gave me a chance to talk with Singer about what I wanted to throw.
Carlos.
Stargazing presented by Deborah Heart and Lung Center. We talked about Pete Alonso in the pregame program, 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI tonight. Alonso batting .265 on the season. Road ahead for your fighting Phillies. They welcome the Braves to Citizens Bank Park starting tomorrow. Here's the thing about Atlanta, though. They are 14-6 in their last 20. And in their last 2 wins over the Marlins, they have a combined 23 runs scored in their last 2 wins. So that's coming up. And then at Milwaukee, who swept the Phillies here earlier in the season. On the mound, Aaron Nola for the Phils. He had a bad first outing coming back. He had a good second outing. This will be his 3rd since coming back from the IL. And then Cal Quantrill who started his season with the Marlins before making his way to Atlanta. What do you look at when you see that?
In all honesty, this is like a test for Aaron Nola. I mean, every time he goes out there right now, I think it's a brand new exam that he has to try to pass. Phillies aren't like out of the woods with that yet. I mean, there's a lot of questions to be asked. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered, and Aaron Nola is a part of one of them. So, you know, who is going to start in the playoffs, and what is that rotation going to look like in the playoffs? And I think Aaron Nola can change the way it's being answered right now.
Ben, 38th start by Aaron Nola against the Atlanta Braves, his most starts against any team. He knows the Braves know him. What do you expect quickly tomorrow?
He's got to keep the ball in the ballpark. That's the bottom line. Harris is swinging a hot bat. Olsen, they have some guy named Ronald Acuna Jr., I think, is going to play right field. No, this team is swinging the bats well. He's got to keep the ball in the park.
All right, so we'll just forget about what happened these 3 games and the 3 at the beginning of the season at Citi Field. We'll see you tomorrow. 6 o'clock we open. Good night.